Okay. Okay, everyone. So let's start today's lesson. So today we're going to continue our cooking unit. So today's first character is 长. 长 means palm. The original meaning is a person's palm. Also, the sole of foot. Okay, sole of foot. Now, this originally is referred to people's palm or foot, but it also refers to animals. For animals, now for animals, that means either animals' feet or paw. Okay, so for example, 鸡掌. Okay, so for chicken, it's a claw, so not really a palm, but still they use this character. Okay, and for bear, you can say it's a palm. So but in English it's paw. So, but in Chinese, they use the same character. So in English, it will say chicken feet, chicken people's palm, and bear's paw. So they use different words. But in Chinese, they all call it 掌. Okay. And then also they mean something that is resembling a palm. For example, 仙人掌, that means cactus. Okay, and because it looks like a palm. And also for like horseshoes, shoe sole, horseshoes, they call it a 马掌. Okay, call it a 马掌. Because the function, right? They think about the function. It's like a palm. Okay. So now palm, because palm related to people's hands, and hands, that is the most important things to do things. When something in your palm, then that you have control of that thing, right? So therefore, they use this character to mean in control. Okay, in charge of, support, in control, that kind of meaning. Okay, so for example, 长, 管家, 长家. Okay, so that's the butler. Okay, so it's in charge of the household, matters. And they sometimes they call it 长家. Okay, another words for that is 管家. All right. So this is the character 长. Let's take a look at this etymology. So this one, there's a hands on the bottom, right? And then on the top is the word 上. So of course that representing the sound. Now 上 has a meaning of honorable. Okay, so now obviously the hands is critically important for people, right? For a person, and so therefore they use this 上, which means very honorable, respectable, has that meaning. Okay, to use it to build this character for palm. Okay, just refer to the importance of a person's hands, a person's palm. Okay, so this is 长. Next one, 勺. Okay, 勺 is originally means ladle. So it's this thing, okay, or either metal or wood or make any other materials. Scoop, maybe, which means just ladle. Ladle, scoop, spoon. So in English, you have different words. Ladle, which usually is bigger. scoop, and spoon. So probably means like different size and shape, but in Chinese they all called 勺. Okay, 大勺, 小勺. They all called 勺. Okay. Now because this is it's also a unit of measure. Okay, unit of capacity. It's old. It does not usually used in modern day anymore. So it's an old use. It used to be a unit of measure. Okay, it's about 1 centiliter. Okay, that's about 1 centiliter. So this is a 勺. Let's take a look at this character etymology. Okay, so this one you can see that the character, it's literally a picture of ladle, and there's something in it. Okay, and just different size and shape, different shape of the oracle bones and the bronze inscription. They all picturing a ladle. Okay, so this is 勺. Next one, 炉. So 炉 is stove, which means that it's a device that you for keep a fire. Okay, so it's a device for keep fire burning. Okay, because in ancient times, remember that fire is very important for heat and for light. So a lot of times there's a need to keep the fire burning all the time so that they can be used anytime you need it. Okay, and so the way they do that is by using a stove. Okay, so keep the fire burning. And so of course the stove can be used for cooking, right? For heating, and another thing is for 冶炼, which means for making metals, right? For melting and pouring and just making metal devices, metal pieces. Okay, so all of those devices, equipment is called 炉. Okay, and so this one, let's see, take a look at that character. So you can see that the oracle bone character, okay, you can see that on the top has something on top, and then on the bottom is actually a picture of the device, of the stove. Okay, and so now the bronze inscription, they have the metal radical on the left to indicate that this is a stove for making metals. Okay, and then later on they use a fire radical on the left to mean that it's a device to keep fires. Okay, so and that's the one that is kept for until now. Okay, so now the current one, the improvised one, they changed the right side character. Okay, because that one is rather complicated to write, and they changed use another character called 户, okay, to represent its sound. Okay, and also somewhat indicating the meaning, because 户 means family. Okay, fu means a house. A residence, okay, hu means a residence, people's residence. So this is combine fire and residence together. That means a place, a device that keeps fire inside a residence. So obviously that would be some kind of stove, right? So that's they build a new character basically. Okay, so this is lu. Here's a picture. Okay, so there are all kinds of lu. Okay, next one. Zao. Zao is another type of cooking device. So this is a kitchen range, not a stove anymore. It's a bigger equipment. So this is a very typical kitchen range that is very pervasive. Used to be when I was young in China. This is the type of range I remember. Okay, and so at that time, so gas stove is not common. So most common stove is this type. You burn actually wood. Okay, you burn wood pieces, straw and wood pieces to cook. Okay, so exactly look like this. All right. Now some people is a little bit well off. They will dress up the range, they dress up the range with beautiful mosaic, tiles, things like that. Okay, but the look and shape is just like that. Usually has some people families has one stove, one range, and some has two, like this one. Okay, so that's 灶. Okay, so it's 灶. And so just remember when you say 灶, it's a cooking range. Okay, it's this type of cooking range. Just remember, maybe I think in Western world it's you have different traditions, so things might look very different. So this one, if you look at the Asian character, is you can see that they draw a house, they draw a shelter on the top, a house, right? And then they draw a picture, a 醋. Okay, a 醋. Now this one, this character on the bottom is actually the character for toad. Okay, for toad. Now they use it for the sound. Okay, why they use that toad to put it to make that, I'm not sure. Okay, but I will remember for the current one. So this one, the older one, is rather difficult to write. Okay, so it's rather difficult to write, and so they changed it. They made a simplified version, which is much easier. So they basically use a 土, which is dirt, and fire to create a new character. So 土 and fire, that actually makes sense because this kind of cooking range, that's how they built. They first make bricks out of the clay, right, which is a particular type of dirt, and they burn them, make bricks, and then they make that range, okay, and then put the fire in it, right, to make a functional. So that's how they create the range, and so here that's how they create the character. Okay, nowadays. So but this character, the old character, looks very different. All right, so next one. 料 料 has several meanings. the first one is measure with ladle. Measure with ladle. And so why it means measure with ladle? It's actually very obvious if you look at the etymology. Because and you see, here's the mi. See that? Here's the mi, which is rice. Okay, rice. And on the right hand side is a ladle. You see that? It's a hand with a ladle. And so they put this together, rice and ladle. So to mean what? To mean measure, using a ladle to measure rice. Okay, so that's the original meaning. It's measure. Okay, measure rice, amount of rice. Okay, so of course later it means what? Means assess, means estimate, means appraise, right? That kind of meaning. So further to extend that meaning, and then it becomes expect, think, presume, right? So that's more concrete. So basically, you judge a situation, basically, like what you think, what you expect, right? What do you presume? Okay, that kind of thing. And also, another meaning is to arrange, to manage, to take care of. 料理 料理 has two meanings. Like when you say 料理, one is refers to cooking actually, like 日本料理, that means Japanese cuisine. Okay, but 料理 also has another meaning which means taken care of. Okay, taken care of. Making arrangement, taken care of, okay, that kind of meaning. Now the third meaning is material, okay, material, like 材料, 材料 literally means material, okay, and 料, 草料, okay, 草料 that means grass, particularly means grass for feeding animals, feeding livestock, okay, and then food seasoning, okay. Food seasoning, like 香料. 香料 means these what is it? Seasoning for scent, right? For the food to create certain pleasant aroma. So you use some kind of plant, for food aroma. Okay, so those are called 香料. And then, for example, the cooking wine in Chinese, we call it 料酒. Okay, 料酒. So these are the meaning for 料. Okay, and original meaning is measuring rice with a ladle. So next one, 堆. 堆 means a pile of dirt. A pile of dirt means 堆. Okay, so now later on that just means any pile, heap, hillock, okay, a mount. So anything like that is called 堆. Okay, a stack also called it 堆. Okay, and then this one also can use as a verb. Okay, so pile up, heap up. Okay, it's all the 堆. 土堆, 土堆 that means a pile of dirt. Okay, 堆在一起 that means you stack them up. Okay, and also a counting words like 一堆土, 一堆人. Okay, so 草堆, 柴火堆, that means basically you can say 人堆, that means a pile of people. 土堆 that means a pile of dirt. So anything that a pile of something, you just add 堆 at the end. Okay. Let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see that, I mean, literally, that's the picture right there. Oracle bones, I mean, they just, although it's very abstract, but you can see that basically the pile of two pile of whatever that is. Okay, and so it's and then this thing gradually become this thing in 小篆. Then this one becomes a radical, becomes a character radical to build more characters. So every time you see that radical, that means that means that it is related to dirt or to hill or to earth. Okay, so and originally it looks like this. Now it looks like this. Okay. So that's 对. Let's take a look at the sentence. Not yet. Okay, 厨馆. Now, next one is 厨. 厨 means kitchen. Okay, so two meanings. 厨 first means kitchen. Second means the person for cooking. Okay, the head of cooking. So anyone that in charge of cooking, we call it 厨. So the master, we call it 主厨. 主厨. And so 厨师, 厨师 that means cook, right? And also 厨子, 厨子 that means that kind of, when you call 厨子, it's kind of it's 厨娘, another call, that's female, right? Okay. And 厨兵, 厨役, that means the soldier that is in charge of cooking for the military unit. Okay. So that's 厨. Okay. Let's say take a look at this character. So this one obviously has the 广, has that means when you see that radical on the top left, okay, that means basically means shelter, means a building, means a house. Okay. And so in the house, right, in the house is the character 树. Okay, is the character 树. 树. So 树 in ancient times means like a young servant is called 树. 树 is young servant is called 树. Now, so this one, it's a young servant inside the house. Okay, and now in ancient days, the young servant usually his duty is cooking. Okay, so therefore that's how they build this character. Okay, so the 树. So when you look at the 树 itself, the character itself, you can see that on the left hand side is basically it's some kind of cooking devices, right? On the right hand side is a hand and is bringing something to it. So that's basically, you can see that it's a picture of trying to cook. Okay, trying to cook or any other activities that basically it's work. Okay, so this is 厨. Next one, 馆. Okay, 馆 is accommodation for guests. Okay, like a 宾馆, 饭馆. Okay, so those are the hotels for for guests. And also it's just a in general refer to house or to refer to some kind of public somewhat public places, like 图书馆, that means library. Okay, 体育馆, that means gym. 美术馆, that means art museum. Okay, 照相馆, that means it's a Photoshop, which is for taking people's photos. Okay, so 咖啡馆, that means cafe. So you can see that basically when you say 馆 in Chinese, usually it's referred to some kind of building that has a public purpose. Okay, So right, but that building may not belong to public institutions, maybe private, but the function, the use is for the public. Okay, for example, like a cafe, right? 咖啡馆, okay? So this is a 馆. All right, let's take a look at the character itself. Now this one, you can see on the left-hand side is the food radical. Okay, it's the food radical. So this, which means that's related to food. Okay, and then on the right-hand side is the character for 官. So now 官means official. Okay, 官 means official. So this one, put them together. So it's it means that an official who's in charge of providing food. Okay, providing food. So originally this character is built for to mean a place to accommodate guests for food and for stay. Okay, all right. So this is a 官. Let's take a look at the sentence. So 掌勺如灶. 料堆厨管. So 掌勺如灶, that means 掌勺, 掌勺 means in charge of cooking, really, okay? Because 掌 means like you're holding the ladle, right? Holding the spatula to cook. So when you 掌勺, that means you are in charge of the kitchen, in charge of the cooking, okay? 掌勺如灶. So 炉 is stove, 灶 is range. So that means that you are in charge of cooking. 料堆厨管. 料堆. So 料 basically means cooking materials. Okay, so all kinds of cooking materials, food like meat, like vegetables, fruits, and all kinds of spices and seasonings. And this is all 料. Okay, 厨料. 料堆, that means you have bunch of them. Okay, like piled up. 料堆. 厨管堆在哪里呢? Where is piled up? It's in 厨 and 馆. So 厨 means kitchen. 馆 means what? Means a place that is accommodating for food and for shelter, right? So that's what this sentence means. Okay. So next one. 吞. 吞 means swallow, devour, swallow. Okay, so without the chewing, and just take it and swallow it. Okay, and now of course it further extended to mean annex. Okay, to mean annex. So annex, you think about it, is basically kind of you take and a place and make it your own. Okay, part of your own. So called 吞. Okay, like 吞并. 吞并. 吞并 means annex. Let's take a look at this character itself. So this one, you can see that of course 吞, it means it's a refer to act of a mouth, right? So of course there's a mouse radical over there, and then on the top is the radical for heaven, for sky. Okay, for sky. Now sky has the meaning of big, like just big. So when you 吞, right? When you 吞, that means you have to make your mouth big and make your throat wide open big, right? And then you can swallow and 吞. Okay. And of course, when you swallow, large amount of stuff, oftentimes you need to raise your chin, right? Raise your chin and face towards the heaven, towards the sky. Okay, so that's why they put the 天 on top, right? Okay, makes sense. And to help swallow, right? So this is how they build their character to mean swallow. 吞. Now next one. 噎. 噎means choke. That means something that is stuck in your throat. Okay, and you can't get it out, then you can't swallow it down either. It just gets stuck, okay, in the middle. So that's called a choke, okay, blocked up. And also, now it's extended to mean choke somebody off. That means you kind of, make some trouble to in whatever they're doing, okay? They can't get out, they can't move forward, okay? It's called it yeah. And also it refers to somebody like a sobbing very hard, and then to the point that it's difficult to breathe. That's also called yeah, okay? All right. So let's take a look at this character. So of course has a full holds a mouse radical over there. And now on the right hand side is the character E. E. Remember this E is they use it to writing checks, right? For one. So E has the meaning of focused, united, like single one. Now, why you use that one to mean choke, to mean block? So that means that in order to block or something or choke something, that you have to stuck something in the only passage. Okay, so here's the key: only passage, right? Then you can block it, and so that's why they use the characters to mean E over here to build this character. Make sense? Okay, this is yeah. Next one. 叠 叠 means talk endlessly, like endlessly talking. Talking like a rambling, okay? So it's called 叠. Now this one usually used by doubling up, like 喋喋不休, 喋喋不休, usually not used like a single. Okay, see, like here, see 喋喋不休, okay? 喋喋不休. Let's take a look at this character. So of course, this is talk about talking. Of course, there's a mouse radical over there. And the right hand side is the character for 也, which is leave. Okay, which is leave. Now, why leave? So you can imagine, so that means that this guy is talking so much and talking so much, so many sentences and words. It's like as many as leaves on the tree. So that many, okay? You countless. You can't even count. So that's how you remember this, okay? 叠 咬, okay, 咬 means snap at, means bite, okay, means bite. Basically, you put teeth, upper teeth and lower teeth together to bite. That's called 咬, okay? 咬. Now, the extended meaning means articulate, okay? Means articulate, to pronounce. So basically, you are referring to someone who is very nitpicking about word choices, okay? When they write or when they speak, okay? 咬文嚼字. So they are very particular about like accuracy of word choices, things like that. Okay, so that's called 咬文嚼字. Okay, another meaning is to refer to a behavior who trying to incriminate other people, incriminate somebody. Okay, somebody innocent. Okay, and when he blames or when he was blamed or when he was being interrogated, okay? Basically, it's trying to get away, right? Get away. The way to get away is by claim that somebody else is responsible for whatever bad is happened, okay? So it's called 咬. And for example, 乱咬人 乱咬好人，反咬一口 These are the phrases, okay, for that. Now, another meaning is to mean that grip, means that grip, whether you have grip or not. Like, for example, the nuts and bolts. If nuts and bolts can grip tightly, that means it can 咬得住 OK 如果说 this is by loose, either by thread is damaged or by rust, then the bolts and nuts cannot bite to each other, so that means the 乳母和乳口的咬不住 that's how they that's how they say it. Okay, so 咬 now this one, take a look at it. This one, of course, has a mouse radical, and right hand side is 交 交, of course, this means sound. Now 交 also has the meaning of crossing, means crossing. So that's why it's very obvious why they use crossing, right? So because when you bite, it's essentially means the upper teeth and the lower teeth try to cross each other, to meet each other, to cut like food things off, right? Cut things in half, correct, right? So now the original traditional character is actually, it's more telling because they use the teeth radical, the tooth radical on the left, okay, and then the 交 on the right to deliver that meaning. But the teeth article is rather complicated to write, so they replaced it with a mouse radical. Okay, mouse radical, so to make it much more easy to write. All right, so this is a 咬. Next one, 叼. Okay, 叼 means hold something in the mouth, okay, or hang from the mouth. Okay, to call it 叼. Like a dog is 叼着骨头, that means the dog is holding the bone in their mouth. Okay, 叼着香烟, that means the person is holding the cigarettes in his mouth. Okay, so it's 叼. Now this one, it's also very easy. You can see that it's a mouse, obvious is a mouse radical, and then on the right hand side is 叼. 叼. This 叼 means a small ladle with a handle. Okay, with a handle, small ladle with a handle. So that's called a 叼. Okay, so put them together, you can see that basically you draw a picture of mouse is holding a small ladle. Okay, small ladle. So that's called 叼. Next one, 吃. Okay, 吃. Now this one means two things. Okay, two things. One is stutter. Okay, so stutter. Somebody cannot talk fluently, stutter when they talk. So that's the original meaning. Now the second meaning is eat. Okay, is eat. Now in the traditional Chinese, these two meanings actually has two characters. Okay, has two characters. It's over. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so over here, you see that? Now, when you say 吃东西, right? When you say 吃, which means eat, the older way, the traditional way, let me make it bigger. So the traditional way, this is how they write. It's this character, okay? So this is this character, okay? Now, when they mean a stutter, that's how they write. That's how they write like this way. Okay, like this way, Okay. So now when it's simplified, when they try to simplify the characters, they combine these two meanings into one, okay, and to simplify it. Okay, so nowadays they use the same character to mean both meanings. Okay, either stutter or eat. Okay, now it also means like means bear, means absorb. Like 这个章只吃墨啊，吃墨 that means it's very has the ability to absorb ink. Okay, 不吃墨 that means the paper does not absorb ink very well. Okay, and 吃苦 吃苦 that means the person can willing and ready to bear, difficulties and sufferings. Okay, and 不能吃苦 that means the person has very low ability to take on difficulties, challenges, and sufferings. Okay, 吃. Now another meaning is like 吃 means like you refer to somebody is living off what kind of thing. Okay, for example, like 吃野食 吃野食 that means to they find and take food in the wild. So that means that actually refers to adultery. Okay, they go out and find extramarital affairs. So 吃野食. Okay, that's how the Chinese expression. Okay, and then let's say 吃生意饭, right? 吃生意饭, 生意 means business. So 吃生意饭 that means they live off their business. Okay, they make a living by doing business, right? And then also means that when you devour, when you kill off in a military battle, it's also they can use that. For example, 又吃掉敌军一个师 that means you defeated and killed off one enemy brigade or something. Okay, and also like 吃水 that means the boat, refer to boats and ships that it's the soaking line. Okay, it's the soaking line that's called 吃水线. Okay, 吃水多少升 for 吃水12尺 that means you have the ship has 12 feet. Okay, 12 feet. The bottom of the ship is 12 feet into the water. Okay, so this is 吃 has quite many meanings. Okay, let's take a look at this character. All right, see, so here here means that, so this one is referring to the Chinese kind of to mean like stutter. Okay, to mean stutter. So it has the mouse radical and has the radical for 起 for 起 这个 that right hand side means that means fogs and clouds in the sky, that has, it's not straight, it's curvy and curvy and unstable, something like that. To mean what? To mean the person is cannot speak fluently and straight, and that just, intermittently and unpredictably. So to mean that the person is stuttering. Okay, so this is 吃. Next one, 鸡. 鸡 has two meanings. So again, so this character again, they combine the two traditional characters. Okay, one means hungry. The other means famine. Hungry and starving, that's one meaning. That's actually one character in traditional Chinese. And the second one is famishing, famine, or bad harvest, famine. So that's another character. Okay. So in traditional Chinese, these two meanings has their own dedicated character. But when they simplify the Chinese, they combine the two, and then they combine the two. They pick the easy one. Okay. So for example, here is ji. See, writing this way, that means hungry. Okay. So writing this way, that means famine. Okay, or bad harvest. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So for this means it's a food radical on the left. That's obvious, and then on the right hand side is the character ji, for sound, and for sound. Okay, so this is for hungry. Okay, for hungry. Okay. Yeah. It did not tell me why they build that way. Sorry. So next one.
请练习今天新学的字。
馋. Okay, 馋. 馋 means greedy or ravenous. Greedy, ravenous, that you see somebody have something and then you desire for it, you want it too. Okay, it's that kind of thing. Okay, now originally it's specifically means for food. So you desire food that somebody have. Okay, and you want to eat it too. But of course later they just refer to greedy in general. Okay. So let's take a look at that. And of course, because it refers to food, it has a food radical on the left. Okay, that's obvious. And then on the right hand side is the word 馋. 这个馋呢, this one on the right hand side is actually referring to rabbits. Okay, referring to rabbits, referring to a type of rabbit that is runs very fast and eat very fast. When they eat, they just gobble it up and put a lot of stuff in their mouths. You know, I mean they try to eat it and hold it in their mouths as fast as can. So they kind of and start a lot of food in their mouths, and then they will later will come back and chew it better, and then they swallow. Okay, so that kind of rabbit. So because that their eating habit, it's it's very greedy, right? And so that's why they use this character to build this character to mean greed, and someone likes to eat in general. Okay, 嘴馋 So, and also means greed in general, right? So this is 馋. So let's take a look at the sentence. So 吞噎叠咬雕吃饥馋 So 吞噎叠咬, that means 吞 means swallow, 噎 means get stuck, get choked by food. Okay, 吞噎叠咬. 叠 means like repeatedly. Okay, meaning 叠咬, that means you're keeping biting, keep chewing. Okay, 吞噎叠咬. So that means the person is maybe gets very hungry, is busy eating. Okay, 雕吃饥馋. 雕吃饥馋, that means it means that you are holding some food, okay, in your mouth. 吃 means eat. 饥馋, 饥 means hungry, 馋 means not necessarily hungry, but you just like to eat. Okay, and so this is talking about somebody is really hungry or just like to eat and busy eating. Okay, that's what the sentence means. All right, so that's all for today. Thank you very much.